Blessed year, beloved, blessed day. It's the first time since 2024 we are meeting today. As your humble servant, spiritualist master, I'm blessing you here. I'm blessing your day. May the divine grace be upon you and upon all of us. Let this year be different compared to your last year. I'm using this opportunity to thank all of you. I've taken over 6 months without posting, but I've seen your support. Our view, our subscription have grown up. I've asked you that we reach 500, you are over 500 on YouTube already. I see viewers on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, they are improving. Thank you very much. It means the message is out there and people are still consuming the message. Now we start the new year. I believe the last 6 months have given you also the opportunity to go through different teaching which I've been teaching. I didn't want to bombard you with a lot of teaching which you cannot comprehend. I've been receiving a lot of questions. A lot of people have been approaching me concerning the old post and wanted more clarifications. They wanted more light and guidance, which I appreciate. And over these 6 months, when I'm checking my record, I have engaged personally and communicate with over 11,967 people. And I've been approached by over 18,000. So it wasn't even easy for me as a person because you can just divide that number for how many messages I need to go through by reading, how many voice notes, how many calls I need to receive, and how many time I need to spend with different individual persons. So it also drained me. I had to take some break at the end of the year in order for my body to rest. I believe you did the same. And let's bless the year together. May the ancestor, the spiritual master, the ascended masters, the God and our creator, grant us the light we need throughout this year. Let us receive the power to achieve and fulfill our missions. As I always teach you, we are spiritual beings fulfilling spiritual missions. So the year just started, and I'm not expecting any of you to be negative in the new year. You may have a question and ask. From what I'm witnessing, Master, how can you not ask me to be negative? I'm going to stop you from there, and I'm interdicting you to be negative. Why? Our theme of this year will be conquer yourself in order for you to win the world. I do not want us this year to approach the new year as victims. But instead, I want us to approach the new year with a perpetrator attitude. So there are a few points which we need to look at as individuals. Is correct and common to human. We always wanted to be right. But that does not benefit us anyway. We want to prove our point. We want to be correct. But at the end, we end up failing. We always want to position ourselves as victim of a situation or circumstances, instead of us owning the problem, instead of us owning the reality of the situation. We want to shift it to someone else. We are quickly to claim success, to claim victory, where it's exposed in front of us, but we are afraid to own failure and defeat, when it's also a result. So to avoid those type of things, I want us to approach 2024 with a new mindset. Our first point, it doesn't matter which race we are. It doesn't matter our background. One of the major limitations that you have is tribalism. You can ask me how. At a certain point in life, when we're exposed in front of opportunity, we end up being led as if our kind of people will be useful or will benefit from a certain position which we are able to position them. When we are going through certain things, we think or we assume our kind of people will be there to support us and enable us to go through whatever challenge or situation that we are going through. But the majority will agree with me that that is not always the case. We get disappointed. We get surprised. We get what we didn't expect it, to a point where even our own credibility has been compromised. By that, when I say tribalism, I do not want to go into more to say, stop racism, stop xenophobia, stop this. No. Let us stop looking each other or at each other as if we are different. We need to start looking at each other as if we are complementary. When you look at all the people who have succeeded in every area in life, these people are not xenophobic, are not tribalist, are not racist. Instead, they are inclusive. And when you look behind their success, you're gonna see that people of different backgrounds have contributed to enable us to witness the success of those people that you are witnessing today. So if 2024 will be your year of success, cut the barrier between you and the one that you don't like. None of us, when we are buried based on our tribe. None of us, when we are going to school based on our tribe. The political system of a certain state can define that, but it's not what us as humans we have to accept. It's not what us as spiritual beings we have to accept. Even those in leadership, they're still human, they're still spiritual beings. So what I want to pass the message, even in your leadership position, avoid tribalistic messages, avoid separatist messages. Together, we are a synergy of power. Isolated, we are weak. So one of the main reasons that all these years you are failing to reach or achieve your goals, it can be because of your own isolation, because of your own limitation. The human part of us can always lead us to that because society around us is corrupt with this kind of colonial mentality, which have separated us. But now that we are aware of that, which step are we taking? Now that we are in a position of influencing others to understand that, be inclusive, accept people of all backgrounds, but be selective in choosing the criteria of people that are useful to your goals. It's not because we say be inclusive, you get people are useless, people cannot contribute, people cannot participate, people cannot bring a plus in your vision, in your goal. People cannot support your vision around you. They are useless, regardless they are your kind or are not your kind people. Because at the spiritual level, we are one. We have no race. We are spiritual beings. And we come from one creator. So whatever skin color, whatever language, whatever dialect, whatever background, tribe, countries that you call is artificial. Just as we use artificial intelligence to create things. But the reality of us, as spiritual beings, we are one. Sometimes spirits that have come to your assistance In their previous reincarnation, they were in Asia, they were in Europe, in America, they were in Africa, they were in South America, they were in New Zealand. You may never know. There's no border in the spiritual realms, even though in a human life, we have created border ourselves. So my first point is that break away from tribalism. Why I call it tribalism? Because it's not limited to one country. It's not limited to one race. You find it all over the world. That's why we've got different small countries because of that reality. In that tribalism is also influenced by religious fundamentalist belief. I'm not a religious person. As a spiritualist, I need to be tolerant with those who believe different from me. You can see in the messages. I engage in debate. I'm not be fundamentalist. And I don't encourage those who follow my teaching to be also fundamentalist. We need to accept a different opinion, a different approach, belief, because we do not have the same mission. I'm not going to ask a pastor to become like me. I'm not going to ask a prophet to become like me. I'm not going to ask an apostle, an imam, a sheikh to become like me. I'm not going to ask a guru to become like me. No, I'm not going to become like them. We are the fingers of our hand. We complete each other. None of us is taking the other space. We just complete. If you go in my previous teaching, in previous years, you're going to see even when I teach about religion. But what we cannot accept and what is blocking us, especially you who always ask a question, what I've done, check your belief. Are you a fundamentalist or are you a liberal? Are you a separatist or an inclusive? It doesn't mean that if you do not share the same belief with someone, you cannot do business with them. It doesn't mean if you do not share the same belief with someone, you cannot work together with them. Your beliefs are part of your mission and purpose under this reincarnation. Have nothing to do with the next person. You cannot impose to the next person to share your belief as if they were you. Respect their spiritual identity. Because if you start respecting other spiritual identity, in return, yours as well would be respected. So we're going to live in a prosperous world peacefully based on each and every one of us belief. We don't want monopoly. We want harmony when we are accomplishing our mission under this reincarnation. And then we're going to go, our second point is embrace who you are and add value to what you are offering to the world. 2024 just started. Are you confident and happy of the person that you are? I'm not asking you if you are happy about what you have. I'm asking you, are you happy of the person that you are? And are you ready to add value to what the world around you needs? By that, what I mean, to be happy with the person that you are is to be confident in your skin, to be confident with your identity, not to be hypocrite, not to hide what you believe, not to hide what you are feeling. You need to impose to this world your identity. The world is ready to receive it. All it needs is your step, your courage. We need to know who you are. We are ready to receive what you are ready to offer to us. But what are you doing with what you have? We're still in January. It's not yet late. Have you sit down and make a plan map for your goal throughout the year. If you spend time with yourself, thinking, conceiving what you can offer to this world that the world needs in this current time. We need a lot of things. You are part of this world community. You are part of our society. So you understand and you know exactly what we need around you. I'm not an encyclopedist to be in a position to describe what everyone wants somewhere. I might know what my community wants. I'm doing my part. What are you doing since the year started? You need to stop being the consumer of other people's missions and visions. You also need to aid and contribute your share, your part. Maybe we do not solve the world situation because you're still quiet. Maybe we are finding ourselves in this headache worldwide because some of you do not want to just take steps and fulfill your missions. We need what is in you. The world needs what is in you. The world doesn't want you to remain there and start receiving. The world expects you to offer to them something. What are you ready to offer to the world that the world needs in 2024? Most of you have made wishes of things that you need. But have you made a list of things that you are ready to offer as well? The law of the universe works in this way. What you throw in is what comes back to you. You want to receive. What are you offering? What are you giving us, citizen of the world? What are you offering to us? Which benefits 2024 is going to give the world through you? Which impact are you going to make in people's life, in your community, in your society? It's your school, your workplace, your own family. Which value are you going to bring to us to enable us to have a better society? Because when the society is affected, all of us are affected. When there's outbreak of cholera in Zambia and Zimbabwe, the whole community are affected. When there's a war in Ukraine or in Gaza, Russia, Israel, community are affected. When there's crime and genocide and war in the DRC, community are affected. So when there's peace, community benefit. They are also affected positively. When there's no peace, community are affected negatively. So you have a role to play in order to ensure that we solve those problems. With all the knowledge, with all the gifts and the mission that you have, you never speak. This is your year to speak now. Yes, you want to receive the blessings, you want to get solutions, but what are you offering? I'm talking to you. We go to our third point. Stop seeing yourself as a victim and start acting as a perpetrator. You ask me how. The main problem is each time other that you are interacting with, they raise their observation based on your behavior. You play the victim instead of owning it. So when you are talking to yourself, try to look at things that others have been blaming you or reproaching you throughout the years, without making promise to them. Make a commitment to yourself to amend that and see how they're going to react again. Try to amend what others are blaming in you without having to tell them, but just judge them from their behavior. If they appreciate the amendment, it shows that they've been honest. If they're ignoring the amendment, it means that they've been dishonest, internally satisfied. But remove yourself from a victim chair to a perpetrator chair. They've pointed the ABCD. Okay. Each time you want to do A, you think about what they've said. You stop. Each time you want to do B, you think about what they've told you. You stop. C, D, E. And you're observing them. But don't do it only for them. You are doing it because they are observing you. They've noticed that. And you try to amend because you don't know others who do not have the opportunity to share with you their observation, what they might think. So as part of society, it's natural for you to have a perfection and amend to that. Nothing wrong with it. You are a human being. But work on amending what has been a reproach throughout the years so that we can see, because the theme of this year is conquer yourself first. Your first enemy is you. Let's conquer you, and we can conquer the world. Once you rebuild the self-confidence in you, once you rebuild that balance in you, you are able to share that energy with the world. But when you are not balanced, how are you going to share the energy with the world? We go to our sub-point again. We're still on the third point. How you are treating your partner and loved one. I've received a lot of requests. People want their love back, their lost love back, their lost love back. I will tell you the truth. The majority of these people, they don't even have the means to pay for that service. Second, the majority of people want their love back. They have been fooled. They didn't manage to save their marriage. They didn't manage to keep their partner. They didn't manage to respect and fulfill their duty. They've lost. And third, most of them, they want those partners back because their partner are like their ATM machines. They don't have money to pay. They say, when he come back, when she come back, I'm going to have the money. And some they have been coming and ask spiritualists to work the first for free, as if they're making a business deal. Some they are trying even to play with spiritualists when they're doing their job, because these people are irresponsible. Why I say they're irresponsible? Once a person makes a commitment to enter an engagement of a couple, this particular person understands the road ahead of them, that they need to compromise a lot of things in their own life in order to accommodate the other person in their life. And that is a life commitment. In every relationship, when two partners, they come together, the main intention is to have a joyful life, a peaceful, fruitful life, where mutually, equally, they will support each other. But when we become now in a relationship, only one needs to support the other. You become bossy. You start behaving as if you're single. You become disrespectful, unproductive. What do you expect your partner to do? They never committed for that. You can be giving excuses how you lose your job, but the initial contract was never that if you lose your job, I'll take care of you for the rest of your life. Marriage is not a pension fund. It's not a retirement home. It's a daily commitment. It's like you are entertaining the gardener in each season. So if you've been irresponsible and your partner left you, the best advice I can give you is for you to work on those things that he was unhappy with, which led your partner to leave you and to go for someone else. Fix them. You're gonna see that you better face your own life, then you'll be able to choose someone new. You had them in your hand. You allowed them to go. You want them to come when you didn't amend your behavior. What do you want to do to achieve? So you expect them to remain slave for the rest of your life. So you need to check this year, 2024, how you interact with your partners, either in business, in a relationship, even your neighbor, your acquaintance, your colleagues. People are not going to work according to your mood. When you are happy, they must smile with you. When you are unhappy, they must understand. No. You need to integrate. Do not expect people to immigrate in you. Integrate in community. Have two moods. Your private mood in your house and a community mood in society. Those two, they'll open and unlock those for you. I've also received a lot of questions from young learners and students. Some of them have failed their terms and they wanted spiritual assistance to pass. I spent quite a few hours and days engaged with different of them. The year just started. How you prepare your studies? You can pretend and lie throughout the year to your parent as you are studying, you are doing this. The end justify the beginning. School results cannot be changed. There's no special motive they're going to give you to become a genius. All spiritual work can do is to unlock if your intellect, your capacity of thinking is being locked somewhere. But intelligence is being developed through studies. You've been sent to school to utilize every step to broaden your mind, to understand how the world and society work. But if you neglect and think that at the end you're going to perform miracle, you'll be deceived. The best result is only achieved through preparations. So I'm advising you at the beginning of the year, don't come to me at the end of the year to say, Master, I need help. Start studying now. If there are spiritual issues involved in you understanding what they're telling you, intellect blocked their spiritual faith, that we can assist now as they start to enable you to have the capacity like other learners. The Creator didn't send you stupid. You've got all the capacity and faculty that you can use to achieve your goal, to become the genius. But you need to put the effort. Don't be lazy. Spiritual work is not for the lazy people. Never. So that was our third point where I say, stop seeing yourself as a victim and take the perpetrator chance and act as a perpetrator. Let's go to our last point now, which is our fourth point. You want success. You want 2024 to be fine. You want this, you want that. Now I have a question for you. Which spiritual steps have you taken in order to ensure that whatever problem you had in the past does not repeat itself this year? Whatever challenges which you had does not follow you up in 2024? And this year, 2024, that you are in, which assurance you have that is a year of success, not challenges, at a spiritual level. Because wishes, all of us have wishes. We have shared wishes of 2024. But unfortunately, it cannot be a successful year for everybody. Which step have you taken to get adequate information when you start this year for you to be confident of what you are professing with your mouth? To make affirmative call does not necessarily impact on the result of a predestiny. You might ask me, Master, I've just prayed. I've asked my ancestor to bless me. I've asked my God to bless me. I've asked my pastor to pray for me. We were at the church, we did prayer. I went to see my healer, I did this. Okay. Have you conducted a spiritual reading over your life for 2024? To foresee what can be the obstacle and how to prevent them? To foresee what are the success and how to grab them? You have the answer. Which step have you taken for your spiritual protection? We're not in control of people who are jealous, people who are fighting us. But which spiritual steps have you taken for that? To ensure that you, your career, your business, your loved one, your home, your asset, your finances are protected. Or you are waiting when we're going to be crooked, when we're going to become now a really victim of a situation which will be prevented from the beginning of the year, to come and cry, Master, I want to retrieve my money. Master, I become a victim of this. Which step have you taken to protect yourself and what you have? Because those who are fighting, they'll never stop. It's their job. It's also a duty to take steps to protect yourself so that they mustn't come. You can't stop thief from envying what you have and come to you. But it's your job to take security steps that prevent the thief from entering or gaining access to your property or to yourself. Which step have you taken for your own spiritual cleansing to depart away from the negative energy which you accumulated throughout the years or last year, to start this year in a new step, new path, which will lead you to success? Which spiritual steps have you taken for your own spiritual healing? Because at a certain point, all of us are spiritual sick when we become affected by our emotion, stress, depression. Which steps have you taken to conduct those type of cleansing for you to be balanced? And lastly, you tell me, Master, call my sister, ask them to bless me, this and that. Which step have you taken to honor your ancestors? Have you planned any crossover for those who have passed away and you never done crossover for them? Have you planned of feeding and supporting the ancestral altar to give them financial saving in the other world? Have you considered visiting their graveyard? Have you considered lighting candles and incense on their behalf? So these 4 points which I wanted to bring to you in conclusion was: break away from tribalism and its limits, which is separatism. Embrace who you are and add value to what the world needs. Stop seeing yourself as a victim and start acting as a perpetrator. And what are the steps that have you taken or you need to take in order for you to be successful throughout the year with certitude? It's our first video of 2024. It was a conversation with the spiritualist, psychic master, Roger. May the blessing remain upon all of us. May the light. I hope this video will give you more light idea on what you need to do before January finish. Those who have questions, you're welcome to comment. You're welcome to share and contact me. I'm not using WhatsApp, I'm using Telegram. I'm still using the same contact numbers that you are seeing on the screen. It's 081 729 8855. You can chat with me on Telegram or you can inbox me on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. I'm no longer using WhatsApp. So those who want to contact me, or you can still email me on ancientspiritualism@gmail.com. From tomorrow, we start our daily work and our new videos. Thank you. Thank you very much for all of you who have subscribed and keep on supporting, keep on commenting, keep on sharing the videos. I encourage you to keep on subscribing more. Let that become more. Let's share the message. Let's save a lot of people who are under ignorance. Let the light and the divine grace be upon all of us to 2024 with the blessings from the divine. See you on our next show. Thank you very much.